The defendant in this jury trial was being accused of taking the life of a former adversary. But what drew the most attention in this hearing wasn't the defendant's testimony, but rather the testimony of the witnesses. You'll soon understand why. First, let's start by watching the testimony of the first witness. Take a look.
At first, at least during the investigation, right after this incident happened, you were heard as a confidential witness still during the criminal investigation in the police inquiry. You remember that, right?
Yes, the police chief was the one who decided that I didn't ask for it.
The police chief decided that? Perfect. But in any case, what I ask you here, and I already asked informally, you said you have no problem giving this testimony in the presence of the defendant, who is Lucas, and you also have no problem participating here in a trial proceeding that is public in nature.
That's right, I have no problem at all.
Okay. Regarding the defendant here, Lucas Felipe Rumon Quintino, you know him, you know who he is, right?
Absolutely, since he was a child.
Are you related to him? Are you?
No.
You will be heard as a witness, so you must take the legal oath to tell the truth under penalty of being charged with the crime of perjury. Is that clear?
Yes, that's clear.
From now on, the person who will speak with you is Dr. Aticiano, the public prosecutor. You have the floor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Look, just to clarify, the judge just asked you a question, and I'll start with that same question because I read the entire case file. Was it the police chief who told you to remain confidential and not you who requested it?
That's right.
I read the entire case file. I can show here that you asked the police chief to keep it confidential. Are you going to stick with that?
At the time, let's say, I don't really remember clearly, but...
But I remember. That's what I want to know. Was it the police chief who imposed confidentiality on you, or was it...
You who requested it. No, he didn't impose it. He asked if I would like to be a confidential witness. At the time, and given the situation, I said, well, it could be...
You see, back in those days, when I saw it with my own eyes...
That
is recorded, I can even show it later on video. You mentioned 3 times in your statement, which is less than 6 minutes long, that you are afraid of the defendant. At 3 minutes and 40 seconds, you say, the police chief asks, why do you want it? Confidentiality? Then you say, because they are dangerous people. And I am afraid. Then, at 4 minutes and 23 seconds, you reiterate your fear of the defendants, accuse the defendants of being involved. The defendants, at the time, there were 2 suspects. You accuse the defendants of being involved with drug trafficking and, quote, you say they kill, I've seen them shooting, people are afraid of them. Certainly, you give the statement for it to be confidential. At 4 minutes and 53 seconds, Will and Lucas carry guns. I am very afraid they carry guns, Lucas and Will.
I don't remember saying that, ma'am.
All right. But I'm going to show it, okay?
That's fine.
But it's written here, so I will reiterate it anyway. And you also said that you have no relationship with the defendant. Is that true?
I have no relationship, but he was my neighbor. He was raised in my house since he was a child.
Exactly. You say exactly that you have known him since he was a child.
He was
raised in your house, and if I'm not mistaken, there is some family relationship.
No, he is not a relative.
No?
No, Lucas is not my
relative. At some point, you mentioned that he seemed to be a nephew, a brother-in-law, something like that?
No, that is not right. My nephew was actually the one who was the victim.
Right. And regarding him?
Regarding Lucas, Lucas is not a relative. He is a neighbor. He was raised in my house.
Exactly. And now I'm going to ask you one more time. If everything was really as calm as you say today, I'll show your entire statement later. Why did you move away from the place where you were his neighbor after giving that statement?
Because my wife didn't want to live there anymore. It was because of my wife.
That was why?
Because actually he's my nephew, but on my wife's side. That's right.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking you. That's what I want to know.
Yes, it's because he's my wife's nephew.
And
I, as her husband, he ends up being my nephew. Exactly.
That's why I asked, there's no blood relation? Do you understand? You are here under the obligation to tell the truth, right? Your Honor, is he?
But I am telling the truth, all right?
Okay. Let's move a little further ahead. In court, at another time, after that testimony you wanted to be confidential, you asked the police officer, and I'll bring this up here, at another moment you write a letter to the judge. I have that letter here with me.
I wrote that letter. I'm on
page 237.1. You wrote the letter when the judge, around the time of the pandemic, canceled something. There was a problem. At the courthouse, they canceled the hearing. And then you write a letter saying everything you told the police officer, which I will show here on video. What happened?
Nothing happened. The situation is, when I went to the police station, I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know what had happened or the reason for that situation. Then his lawyer asked me if he could write that
The defendant's lawyer?
that
Did he ask if he could? Just look.
she was in front of the courthouse.
Look, Mr. Jose. At the police station, you are being filmed. You say you heard it. The two of them plotted the victim's death.
No, I didn't hear.
It's written. Not written, it's filmed.
I didn't hear because I was traveling. I got back from my trip and was sleeping on the day it happened.
Why'd you say that to Chief?
I didn't say that to the police chief.
Your Honor, in view of the discrepancy, do you authorize me to ask what happened, or should I explore this later? It's because he has the duty to tell the truth.
But I am telling the truth. I'm not lying.
So why did you lie there?
I didn't lie at any moment. There was no reason for me to lie.
Doctor,
Ready scene, maybe a suggestion? Yes.
Over.
You are, of course, free to conduct your questioning in the way you believe is appropriate. Perhaps, at least at this initial stage, ask what happened, then we listen to what he has to say. And at the end, if there is any divergence, any discrepancy, the specific points can be
be
clarified. Then you can tell, after all, what happened, because since the interest is also for this to be presented to the jury, and he was a witness in principle up to this point, about the fact that he hasn't spoken about, maybe it's appropriate to let him speak, and then afterwards.
He said a little while ago that he didn't see anything, but here, at the police station, you said you heard about the plot.
Of the homicide, I didn't hear, and much less did I see anything. I was traveling. I'm a driver. On that day, I got home in the morning and was sleeping. When they came to tell me, I hadn't heard or seen anything.
You said exactly this to the police, right? Open quotes. 1 minute, about a minute and 7 seconds. Around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Will arrives riding a motorcycle. I think it was Will, but I can't be sure. I'm not sure.
That's what they told me?
Who was on the motorcycle? But one was shouting to the other. Open quotes. You would have said that you heard it. Let's go. He's marking down there. Then the other one spoke. Suddenly, are you going to chicken out now? Then within a period, tell the chief, sir. Then within 3 to 5 minutes, I heard the crack of gunshots. And after that, I didn't see anything. My sister-in-law called me saying, but the boy was already dead. The mother was crying a lot.
Doctor, in that situation, I didn't see or hear anything, much less Will and Lucas talking. I was sleeping inside my house.
I understand.
When it happened, about 2 or 3 blocks down,
Do you fear the defendant?
Not at all. He was raised in my house.
I know, but why did you say on 3 occasions?
I didn't say,
You asked to keep it confidential because you were afraid of him?
because at the time, he was hanging out with other people, and maybe I thought it could harm me at that moment.
I understand. So you said you were afraid of him.
I didn't say I was afraid of him. I didn't say that. I never said that to anyone.
Not even to the police chief?
Not even to the police chief. If you find that recorded, that's fine.
Your Honor, I must point this out to avoid further questions. He knows he lacks credibility.
No.
Was there any problem if you want to indicate the movement or even just the minute?
Yes, just to be quick. His testimony is relatively quick. Let's go. 1 minute and 7 seconds. Do you have it?
Available there?
Movement 29.3. I'm just going to pick out the points that I'm asking you about. All right, doctor? Dear, 29.3, 1 minute and 7.
I'm not sure if it was very clear, but the young man during the hearing is saying very clearly that he didn't see the crime happen. He only found out about it from others. But look at what he said at the police station at the time of the incident.
I was at home sleeping. It was a peaceful and quiet Saturday afternoon at approximately 2 o'clock Mazamani. Just then, a motorcycle pulled up to the scene with Will riding it slowly. I'm not sure if one of the two was on the motorcycle because I didn't see. But one shouted to the other, "Let's go down there because he's waiting down there." Then, he asked, "Are you going to chicken out now?" That's when he got on the motorcycle and they went down with the black motorcycle. Within 3 to 5 minutes, I heard the commotion, the gunshots. Then my sister-in-law called right away. But the guy was already dead, the boy was already dead there. Chiato was there, but the boy was already dead. Understand? The mother was screaming and crying. At 3:13, you first mentioned the...
This is a beautifully bound hardcover book filled with hundreds of pages of stories and knowledge that invite you to sit down, turn the paper slowly, and lose yourself in another world entirely for hours on end.
At the time, we weren't working, no.
Are they dangerous people?
Yes,
So you're afraid of them?
absolutely.
Just so I understand. So on January 5th, around 2 p.m., in the Kajuru neighborhood, you were at home?
Yes.
Then how did you hear it while you were at home? Are Will and Lucas just standing there talking?
Because my house is kind of right next to the street. My wall is really close to the street. We end up hearing people passing by on the street talking.
And the second time, he reiterates, if I can skip it so we don't waste time, but he says the same thing. The detective asks, why do you want it confidential and all that? 4 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm very afraid I've seen them kill, they kill. And then again at the end of the statement, can we move on to other...
Questions. Doctor, I don't remember saying that I've seen them kill.
Do you want me to put that here too? I can. Please, my dear. 4 minutes and 23 seconds.
So you're afraid of Lucas and Will?
Yes.
Are you afraid of them?
Yes.
They are dangerous people. Why? What's their reputation in the neighborhood?
They deal with drugs, so they... Yeah, we see... They really do kill, right? They shoot at people, right? I've seen them shooting, so I've seen them shoot. That's all.
No further questions, Your Honor. Thank you.
No more questions?
No more questions from the prosecution. And given his duty to tell the truth despite the discrepancies,
Doctor, maybe...
no further questions, Your Honor.
I'm not here to lie, but there are a lot of things we end up forgetting.
All right. From the public prosecutor's office, there are no more questions for the defense.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Good morning.
You have already mentioned that you have known Lucas since childhood. What can you tell us about how this young man was raised? What is his behavior like there where he lived? What can you tell us about Lucas?
Ma'am, Lucas was raised in my home. Maybe because I said that. This situation of being afraid is not because of him, it's because of other people. I know Lucas very well. I know who he is. I know his mother. I know his stepfather. He is someone I would never ever be afraid of, right? Not because of what happened, but because I know him. He was raised together with my children.
Right. Since what age does Lucas work?
As far as I know, he has worked with his uncle since he was about 13 or 14 years old, but I'm not sure.
Right? What crimes, before the one he's being judged for today, has he committed that you know of?
To my knowledge, none. And
Following the passing of Wesley, what additional criminal acts did he commit?
I don't know, ma'am, because I left the area.
But are you aware of him being charged with anything else? Another criminal case?
No.
No? Are you personally aware of the fact, or have you perhaps heard that Wesley, the individual who was the victim in this homicide case, had actually discharged a firearm on that occasion against Lucas and against someone else?
Yes.
Who was the other person Wesley shot at?
Well, that day we were on the corner. It was me, Lucas, my house was on the corner. We were talking. I don't remember exactly, but there was another neighbor. I think it was Anderson, something like that. And that's when we heard the gunshots.
Okay. Do you know if Lucas was being threatened by Wesley?
They were fighting. Threatened. I don't really know.
Okay. What? How did this fight start?
It started at a party in front of my house. There was a barbecue with a city councilman.
And
There was a heated and intense argument between both of Wesley's concerned parents and the mother of young Lucas. And Wesley ended up assaulting Lucas's mother.
what do you know about this assault? How did this assault happen?
He hit her.
All right. How old is Lucas's mother? Do you know?
I have no idea.
No? Prior to the specific incident, that ultimately resulted in Wesley's death, was there any sort of previous confrontation or fight that you know of?
No.
Okay. Today, are you in contact with Lucas and his family?
No.
No. Tell me, are you still in regular contact with the family of the victim, sir?
Not anymore either.
No. Do you know if Wesley, the victim, had any other problems there? He was a calm person, wasn't he? He was a violent person, wasn't he? He used to carry a weapon, didn't he?
Wesley, he was always known to be, well, a bit of a quarrelsome person. About being armed, I don't know, because only on the day he shot up there at the boy when we were on the corner, you know? But he did have a problem, yes.
Okay, I'm satisfied, Your Excellency. I return the floor.
Any questions from the jury? Joseph, I understand from here that you said that I don't remember what you said at the police station. And also because of what you told me here. You said you're a truck driver, is that correct?
Yes, I work with trucks.
And who incidentally was working? He wasn't in Curitiba in the city? Is that right?
At that time, I had just gotten back from a trip. That day, I arrived in the morning from a trip and went to sleep.
Okay, I understand. When did you find out about this incident? Here?
Wesley's mother reached out to me sounding completely desperate, saying he was downstairs and had been shot.
Who is Wesley's mother?
Vanessa.
And then what did you do?
I ran over there, but when I got there, the ambulance had already taken the boy.
Ah, okay, but then you were in Curitiba, is that right?
Yes.
At the beginning here, if I'm not mistaken, this is also recorded. There's no reason for us to argue about it here. Just rewind the video, right? I understood that you said you weren't even working in Curitiba, that you weren't at the location. So were you at your house? I was...
At home.
Ah, okay, perfect. Well, Jose, look, I told you here at the beginning of our conversation of the questioning. Let's call it a conversation here because that's all it is, right? About your duty to tell the truth, right? And I note here, look, I'm not making any value judgments here. Whether you are right in your account, right in the sense of telling the truth, you know, in what you said here today, in what you stated to the police chief, based on the excerpts that were shown here, you watched them whether you remember or not, but the fact is, objectively, there is a discrepancy here. And this discrepancy may suggest that there was an account here that does not align with the truth, or, in other words, a lie, a false statement. This, as I explained to you, may constitute the crime of perjury. At this point here in the courtroom, this was raised by the prosecutor, but it is not up to me to decide. My role here is only to preside over the trial, to determine whether there is objectively an indication of this, and then to submit it to the jurors. We have other people to hear from, and the defendant himself will have the opportunity to speak, if that is the case and if he so wishes. But for now, also in response to the request made by the prosecutor, you will remain here and are not released, all right? It is possible that we may need to hear from you again. And also, if at any point before the end of the trial you feel there is something you wish to mention, retract, or simply confirm, please feel free to do so. If you are in contact with Arthur or with me, just let us know and we can indeed hear your testimony again, all right? This will be evaluated at the appropriate time. I also have no further questions, so Jose, thank you. And for now, we'll wrap things up, all right? Thank you. All?
Right. Well, the situation of this witness is not good, but he is not alone. Now I'll show you what another witness said, and how he also got himself into trouble. And if you like hearing videos, consider becoming a channel member. I will post exclusive videos only for members of hearings and jury trials. The price is very low. It's mainly to help me keep this channel going because it's not monetized. Now let's move on to the testimony.
All right. Good morning, how are you?
Hi, fine.
What is your full number, sir?
Adriel Alves Vieira.
Adriel, how are you? My name is Tiago, I am a judge, and we will conduct your questioning here. You have been called as a witness, but before we proceed regarding the accused, Lucas Felipe Romão Quintino, do you know him? Do you know who he is?
No, I only know him by sight.
All right, you will be heard as a witness, and you are hereby legally required to tell the truth. Otherwise, you may be charged with the crime of perjury.
Yes.
And I also clarify and emphasize here that in practice you cannot withhold information, make false statements, or, to put it more broadly, tell lies. Because this could result in you being held responsible for a crime called perjury. Alright? From now on, the people who will be speaking with you are the defense attorneys for the accused. Lucas Felipe Romão Quintino. So ma'am, you have the floor. Please feel free.
it appears that you are officially listed as a key eyewitness to the events. You were even specifically listed by the defense attorney who was previously handling this case. You were there with him making this video.
No. Yes. I was. Yes. At the location at the time, I was at the barber shop. I was leaving the barber shop. Oh, I knew him by sight. Since we were kids, we studied together, but we never really had contact. Like, as friends, real friends, no, just by sight. Like, I'm seeing him today, that's all. And Wesley, did you have contact with him? Were you a friend? What about him?
Excuse me, sir, but I was wondering, did you happen to know anything about him?
Just at a glance? Right.
That elderly gentleman resides right over there, in that house.
Always. How old are you, sir? 26.
By the police?
No.
No? Have you never been inside a police station?
Yes, that is true, but it is mainly because of my brother.
Okay, but you don't have any
Conviction.
conviction. All right. What was Wesley like?
At the time, like, I saw him there at school. I saw him there violent, always fighting at school, always having, like, radical attitudes.
All right. Do you know if he carried a weapon or not?
So to say that he carried a weapon, I didn't know because I was always working. For me, it doesn't matter to know who's in the wrong place at the wrong time at the wrong moment. I was always working. As far as I saw him, to me, he was a normal person.
Who was the person that informed you that there was a hearing going on and that you were supposed to be present at the courthouse?
His father. The first time, it was his father who said that I would receive a summons to appear at the hearing.
Wesley's father? Wesley's father was the one who contacted you?
Yes.
All right. What did you see on the day of the incident that you remember?
What I remember is that Lucas was on one corner and Wesley was on the other. And the barber shop is here and the market is here. I left the barber shop. I saw Wesley and Lucas looking at each other. Then out of nowhere, Wesley did this and turned his head. Lucas did the same movement and did this. Then he shot. It was one shot. What I remember was one shot. Then it hit Wesley and he fell. But no, like, what I saw, in my view, Lucas tried to defend himself.
Okay, that's your perspective. Yes. Did you have any knowledge of previous threats between them, or were you not aware of any?
I had already heard rumors that Wesley had tried to go after Lucas a few times.
Okay, and this rumor about him trying to go after him before, how did that happen?
It was that Wesley would leave his house and go over to Lucas to provoke him. It's just that I always got home around 11:30, midnight from work, so like I always saw Wesley in his car causing trouble on the street, but Lucas, like, out on the street at that hour, I had never seen him.
Right. After that sudden gunshot that Lucas fired, can you tell me what exactly happened next?
Right after, everyone gathered around Wesley's body, left Seattle, and took him away.
Right. And what happened to the weapon that Wesley had, which in theory you said that...
Yes, so that part I didn't see.
You didn't see.
I didn't see.
But there was another...
There was another weapon.
Right. Have you actually heard the shocking news that Wesley had violently assaulted his ex-wife? It is reported that he even used a dangerous firearm to brutally pistol whip her.
Yes, I heard about it.
What did you hear about this incident?
I heard that he fought with his wife and hit his ex-wife with the butt of a gun, even split her head open. That's what I heard.
Right.
And what does that have to do with the case at hand?
Doctor, my point, doctor, is to clearly show that he definitely had a weapon on him at the time, because it's mentioned in the previous case that he had a weapon.
Yes.
That is exactly my particular logical line of reasoning.
Notice that the prosecutor made a very discreet intervention with the lawyer. She was asking about other cases that had nothing to do with this case in question. She was talking about issues of assaults against the wife, the defendant's mother. And this is not the case being analyzed here. This kind of situation should be avoided so that the jury is not influenced by a preconceived notion. The defendant should be judged for what he did, not for who he is. That's why, at this moment, discussing whether the defendant is a good person or not should be avoided.
May I continue?
Of course, doctor. If that's the case, right?
So you came here voluntarily, told us the facts, and yes, you are an eyewitness. You didn't come here to make up a story for me.
Yes.
To make something up, to try to help Lucas.
No, Lucas.
Your best friend, you're trying to protect him.
No, actually, Lucas was never a friend. I just knew him by sight. That's all. Like, I never even greeted Lucas. Like, I never talked to him. I just knew him by sight. That's it. Not even the previous lawyer.
Looked for you. To have you come here and make up a story.
Right here.
No? What are you saying? We can believe you. You were really there.
I was there, and
You clearly witnessed that Lucas was acting in self-defense.
yes.
All right. Thank you very much. I return the floor, Your Honor. Ma'am.
Are you a public defender?
Yes.
Hello, Adriel.
Hello, Adriel.
Look, just a moment. As the doctor said, you appear in the case file, right? You do.
Yes.
Because the incident here happened at the beginning of January 2019. And then you appear in a cinematic video made by the defendant's lawyer where you show how the victim died. Isn't that right? Who found you? Because it wasn't the police who were there the whole time looking for people. Why did no one find you? And only the defendant's lawyer found you?
I don't know either. On the day at the time, my mother just said to me, son, there's someone here looking for you. Then I said, but who is looking for me? I'm working. Who is looking for me? So up until then, I left work to go see. When I went to see, it was him.
Him who?
He was Lucas's previous legal counsel.
And tell me, exactly what was it that he asked you?
He asked me, is it possible for you to create a video for me? I said, I can. So I decided to go ahead and create the video that they had shown to me.
The video that we have here, which was added to the
Case file.
You do a characterization. Even in the hearing, you do a characterization. And does that match what you saw on the day of the crime? Okay. Today you say you were at the barbershop, is that right?
Yes.
Were you leaving a barbershop? Yes. I was at...
A barbershop right on the corner.
Okay. You were leaving the barbershop, and where were you going?
Home.
Right. On the day in question, you said you were buying food for your little dog. Were you leaving the barbershop, or were you buying dog food for your little dog?
Leaving the barbershop.
Right. This barbershop is how many meters from the area where he died, where Desley died?
It's one corner from the other. Is that so? Yes.
One corner from the other? So you left and went there?
It's not even a block away. And
The little dog?
the little dog stayed with me. Is that so? Yes. And
On that day, didn't you go buy dog food for the little dog? But you left the barbershop.
yes, look what I did. I was at the barbershop. I left the barbershop. I went straight to buy dog food. You
Didn't go home then?
Yes, I was going to go home because my house is like this. Look. My house is here. The barbershop is here.
The
Market is here. The pet food place is here. It's all on one street, just one.
I see. And what day of the week are we talking about? The day of the crime?
The day, I don't remember the day the crime happened.
No. Don't you work every day, sir?
I do. The
Time of the crime was around 3 o'clock, 2 something.
Yes, it was my day off.
That's right. And your day off, which day is it?
Before, at my old job, I used to have Wednesdays off.
Right. And you also said at the hearing that you didn't stay because you had to work the next day.
Yes,
And you were working at that time. Which days of the week?
every day of the week except Wednesdays.
Yes, the crime happened on Saturday and the following day was Sunday. Do you work on Sundays?
Well,
You didn't work every day, except for the fourth one? Did he just speak?
yes, because, look,
Excellence.
Are there any questions from the jury? Adrian. I would like to request clarification regarding some answers you gave here to the lawyers and now to the prosecutor. You said that you were on the street when you saw two people. In this case, one was Lucas, who is the accused, and the other was the victim. And then you saw that Wesley was in possession of a weapon and was going to shoot at Lucas, or at least made it seem like that was going to happen.
yes,
Did you see this weapon with Wesley?
I didn't see it. I just saw him kind of scratching himself like this. Then after that, I didn't see anything else.
Okay, but then, hold on, Adriel, because look, if I'm not mistaken, this isn't even up for debate because it's recorded, it's at the end of the video, right?
Yes,
You said he drew a weapon, so he didn't actually draw a weapon, he was scratching himself, is that it? Yeah.
Like he went to reach for his...
Waist. He was scratching himself. You said it looked like he was scratching himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Adriel, I'm going to be very emphatic with you, and our conversation here needs to be very direct, positive, and concrete. We're dealing here with a very well-defined fact, which is the subject of the accusation and will be submitted to the jury. And it's a fact that, in principle, involves, from whatever perspective you want to look at it, a serious matter. I say this because one person died, and another, who is accused, faces a charge that could also result in a significant sentence. So I'm going to ask again, what exactly did you see?
Exactly.
I'm asking you, what exactly did you see? It's not about what you imagine, it's not about what you think is right or what you believe is right or wrong regarding the conduct of the victim or the accused. What did you see?
What I saw was that Wesley did this and Lucas did the same thing at the same pace. Then Lucas did this, turned his face and fired. And Wesley, when he fell, I didn't see, because he kind of fell like this, you know? Then I think I saw, actually I did see something black underneath him, but I don't know what it was. That day at the scene, it was crowded with people, so I just kept doing my tasks and left.
And then right after that, when he finally scratched himself, as you said, or in your assessment, made a gesture as if he was going to pull something out. You said you didn't see what it was, that it was a weapon, but you imagined it was something black. And so you considered that it might have been a weapon, right? Maybe a firearm. Wesley, when he was shot, what position was he in? Was he standing? Was he sitting? Was he lying on his back?
He was standing.
Okay, standing.
Like they were facing each other, then Lucas did this. Like this, he started to run and turned and it hit the back of his neck, I think.
You think he ran and it hit his neck, but did you see it?
I saw it, he kind of turned like this.
Ah, I see. Wesley turned and it hit the back of his neck. Adriel, you have already been heard here in a hearing that I think was in another building. I don't know if it was during the pandemic, maybe it was. Was it by video, is that right? Yes.
I think that's what it was.
It was also a hearing with my colleague. Dr. Michel was there. There was also a prosecutor, a female prosecutor, a lawyer. Anyway, did you clarify this when you were heard there or not?
No.
No? Why didn't you clarify this there?
Because at the time I was with the lawyer next to me and he said I didn't need to say a lot of things, so I didn't. I only said what was necessary.
Ah, okay. But did the lawyer tell you what you should say and what you shouldn't?
Say?
Yes. Okay, but under what circumstances did this happen, Adriel?
When I arrived, he said, I'm going to instruct you and you just speak. So then I just went ahead and spoke.
Okay, but instruct you. When he said, I'm going to instruct you, I didn't understand. Instruct you to say what? To do what?
To say what I said at the previous hearing, because he told me to make up another story, but the real story is the one I just told you.
Okay, and this other story that he told you, in your words, told you to make up. What is it? What was it?
That Wesley was armed, but honestly I didn't see it because I only saw when he fell that there was something black underneath him.
Ah, okay. And then you said at the hearing that there was a weapon, is that right?
That's right.
Okay, and you did that because the lawyer told you to. What?
Because the lawyer said, I'm going to instruct you, you say that he was armed. I said, okay.
Alright, I understand. This lawyer was with you at the time of the hearing, which was by video, is that right? Yes. Okay, who is the lawyer?
At the moment I don't remember, but I think his name was Alexandre. Could that be his name?
Adriel, let me ask again. Do you understand the scope of our conversation? No one here is deceiving anyone, I hope. I'm not here trying, let's put it this way, to set a trap so that you say something that didn't happen or to lead you on. If you feel that way, let me know and we can maybe change the way we talk.
Yes.
In any way from the things I'm saying to you, do you feel coerced, pressured or threatened here? Or is what you're telling me here exactly what actually happened that day? Yes.
That's what really happened that day. Everything's fine. Everything is fine.
Right then, that's great. So I'm going to repeat these questions, Adriel, so there's no room for doubt. You told me that you went to... It's an office, is that right?
Yes.
So where was this office?
There in the downtown.
In the downtown area. And whose office was this?
Dr. Alexandre's.
Which is an office for...
Law practice. For
Law practice, that's right. Who else was there with you that day?
just me and him.
Alright, that's fine. And why did you go to his office?
Because he asked me to. He said it was urgent, so I went.
Okay, but did you know you were going there because of a hearing?
No. When I got there, that's when I found out it was for a hearing, because at the time I hadn't received any paperwork at home.
Okay, so was it him who called you?
Yes.
Did Lucas also talk to you at that time? And did you know he was Lucas's lawyer or not?
No. In this case, I thought he was a public defender.
So,
It actually took me quite a few years to finally realize that he was serving as Lucas's personal lawyer.
after a few years? Yeah.
After some time had passed,
All right, fine. But regardless of whether he was a public defender or not, you used the word, you said he told me to make something up.
yes.
What does it mean to you to make up a story?
What it means is that he wanted the truth.
Or a lie?
He was actually trying to get me to fabricate a complete falsehood, but I'm honestly and sincerely sharing the truth.
Okay, but at that hearing, did you tell a lie?
No?
No? So you didn't do what he asked? No. You didn't do it. Adriel, look. As I said, I also don't know if you are aware, but the statement you gave at the hearing, in these circumstances you're telling me about, which I also didn't know about because I don't have access to this contact that happens outside of what's in the case file. I also wasn't the one who participated in that hearing. You are telling me here in short something that in principle it's not up to me to judge, but that apparently does not align with what is expected. Not just from someone involved in a case, but from anyone. You shouldn't fabricate things, you shouldn't tell people to make things up, and you certainly shouldn't bring lies to the judiciary, right? So I will, in principle, forward a copy of this conversation of ours, this entire process here, based on your statements. Look, I am not making any value judgment about whether this happened or not. I'm just considering what you told me. And it's also not my place to judge these circumstances. I will forward this to the Brazilian Bar Association to find out who the lawyer is and what happened. For now, you are not dismissed. You will wait over there. I'm going to repeat the note I made at the beginning regarding the crime of perjury, because I also identify here, setting aside the issue of the lawyer and what was said, I objectively identify here, again, I repeat to make it very clear to the jury that I am not making a judgment. The judge does not decide who is right or wrong, who is guilty or not, whether the prosecutor's requests are justified or the defense's. Absolutely not. The ones who decide the facts here are the jurors. But what matters here, and this is what guides my actions, is that objectively there are disagreements here. Discrepancies between what you said at that hearing, discrepancies between what you told me here, discrepancies. If confronted with what the defendant said during his judicial interrogation and then at another time, also during the police investigation. Is that right?
Yes.
So you will wait over there and we will proceed with the trial. If at any point as well, I say this because there is a provision in the law here, I'm not saying that you committed the crime of perjury, nor am I going to raise that question, but I might need more elements to be able to assess this in a somewhat broader way. If by the end of the trial you have anything different to say from what you have already said, or if you have withheld something, or if during the course of the hours here you end up remembering something, feel free, talk to Arthur, come, speak with me. We can hear you again if necessary. Is that clear? You can wrap it up there, please.
Well, the witness ended up getting himself into trouble and contradicting himself. First, she said she saw the defendant, accused of drawing a weapon. Then, he said that at that moment, he was working. He was not on the street at the scene of the incident. At the end of the hearing, the judge will analyze this contradiction and decide what to do about it.
The preventive measure you took to stay there and not decide either for acquittal or for the immediate forwarding of documents. Regarding his testimony, the public prosecutor would indeed request it, that he be held here and that the formalities related to the declaration of false testimony be carried out. And that's because there are, I counted here, 5 points where he not only contradicts himself but also brings up new things and says things that are different. So, in case Your Honor needs more tools here to assess the lack of consistency in his statements, which were only given inside the lawyer's office, he was inside the office when he gave his testimony. Guided by this lawyer, his own words here now, and 5 points that indicate false testimony given erroneously before 2 courts, either there or here or in both. Anyway, in case Your Honor needs any tools, the
prosecutor requested that the witnesses be arrested. This crime applies to a witness who lies during the hearing. Now let's watch the defendant's testimony.
So look, Lucas, from this moment on, you are not required to answer the questions I ask. If you wish, you may remain silent. This will not harm you. However, on the other hand, this is your opportunity to give your version of what happened. And if what is stated here is true and you admit or confess to it, in the event of a conviction, your sentence may be mitigated. In other words, it can be reduced, all right?
Yes.
Will you answer the questions? Rather stay silent?
Yes.
Okay, Lucas, the question here is very simple, very straightforward. The public prosecutor's office states that on January 5th, 2019, at approximately 3 o'clock p.m. on a public street, on Olga Bauster Street, near number 635 in the Cajuru neighborhood, here in Curitiba, Mr. Lucas Felipe Rumon Quintino allegedly intended to kill the victim, Wesley Luanleite Padilha. And according to the public prosecutor's office, as stated in the indictment, he did so by firing a firearm. The public prosecutor's office also says that a tactic was used here that made it difficult for the victim to defend themselves, right? Because you allegedly approached her, the victim, in a public place, right? And then suddenly, from behind, he allegedly fired that shot. Is this statement true or false? It is.
No, it wasn't done from behind, no.
Alright, so what happened here, Lucas?
I was going to the market around 2 o'clock, a little after 1 in the afternoon, 2 o'clock, and I ran into Wesley. And he drew or made a motion to draw his gun on me. I saw his weapon. I managed to be faster than him, turned and shot, then ran away.
Okay, so this episode happened in a public place, is that right?
Yes,
On the street?
that's right.
At the address that's described here?
I don't know the address there, but it's near the market. Right there. Well,
Okay, near which market?
it's the little yellow market. That's what it's called.
Alright, and what time was it, roughly?
Around 2 o'clock, maybe a little after 1. 2 o'clock.
Wait, what? This afternoon?
That's right. In the...
Noon?
Yes.
Alright, perfect. What day of the week was it? Do you remember?
No, I don't remember. It was right at the beginning of the year, right? But I think maybe it could have been a weekend.
Okay. What was the reason you were there on that day, at that time, in that place? Did you...
Say?
Yes, what were you doing there? I...
Went to market for groceries.
To the market?
To buy groceries.
Okay, to buy groceries. When you say that, you mean food, right?
That's right.
Alright, perfect. And you already mentioned that you were armed, right?
Yes?
Okay. Did you have authorization to carry that weapon? Did you have documentation for that weapon?
I didn't, sir, but I was receiving a lot of threats from him and I had to carry it. He was threatening my family.
Let's take it easy. We ask the questions here and we answer, question and answer, a bit slowly so we can understand each other. Perfect. What kind of weapon was it, Lucas?
It was a 38.
And how did you acquire this 38? And in what way? Under what circumstances?
I borrowed it from a guy because I was receiving a lot of threats. I needed to keep it with me to defend myself.
Okay. Who was this guy?
His name was... I forgot his name. He already moved away from there. It was Cristiano.
Okay. But what kind of relationship did you have with Cristiano?
I knew he had a gun and he worked in construction, so I knew he had a gun. And I went there and told him that I needed to defend myself, that I really needed it.
Okay, you mentioned that he worked in construction and you knew he had a gun. What does one thing have to do with the other? I mean, the fact that he works...
No, I just knew he had a gun.
Okay, perfect. It had nothing to do with his job?
No,
Alright, that's fine. He had a gun and you already knew him, right?
I knew him, like he was from the neighborhood.
Were you friends?
Not really friends, but I needed him at that moment so he could... And
So you asked to borrow the gun from him and said what?
that I was being threatened, you know? I had already...
And he lent it to you for free, just as a favor? Yeah.
He lent it to me. I told him I really needed to keep that gun.
Was it the first time you borrowed a gun from someone? Yeah.
First time I had never held a gun before.
The...
First time.
Is this kind of thing common? Do people in the neighborhood lend guns to almost strangers? Or to acquaintances from the area without being friends, without any other kind of compensation?
Me. The only thing I could do was that. Ask to borrow a gun for myself. That was the only...
Got it. Don't worry, Lucas. The question was different, right? I asked if around the neighborhood is it common
Oh,
to lend guns to...
no. I can't tell you that either.
Okay. It's just that if you went there to ask to borrow it...
I borrowed it because I really needed it, you understand? But I don't know if other people borrow someone else's gun.
It was really very episodic.
Very emotional.
I needed it. Alright. And then you said you took the SARPA because you were being threatened.
Yes.
Threatened by whom?
By Wesley.
Who is the victim here, right?
That's right.
Okay, what had happened that made Wesley threaten you? You?
He had hit my mother.
He hit your mother, who is Mrs. Denise, who was heard here, right?
That's right.
When did he hit your mother?
I really cannot quite recall the exact date of the event. But it was at a local political barbecue gathering.
Was it just one time?
That he hit my mother? Yes.
All right, okay. This incident happened on January 5th, 2019, correct?
Phew, because he died.
Right, because he died, right? You say here that you had the weapon anyway? How long before this incident, approximately? No need to say the exact day if you don't know, okay? Approximately when did this episode involving your mother, the assault on your mother, happen?
From when he hit my mother until the day of the homicide. And
Do you know how much time passed?
it was a little over a year, maybe 2 years.
Okay, between 1 and 2 years, is that right? A year or two? If it was here, Jan 2019 or 2018, then it happened around 2017.
Around then. Yes, a little over, that's right.
Okay, perfect. And then you said this happened at a barbecue. Was it at a political event?
It was at a barbecue.
What was it? It was a
Gathering, a rally?
the political event.
Yeah, I don't get this politics stuff very well, but it was political
Was it organized?
by a candidate, right?
Okay. Were you there that day?
No. Okay.
And what happened at that event? So, as far as you know?
It was the fight, right? Then he started involving members of his own family, which includes my mother, and he suddenly became incredibly aggressive. You know, he went right after her and physically assaulted her without any provocation.
Okay, and what triggered this argument, this fight, or rather this physical aggression that you mentioned?
It was an argument between the families, my mother and his family. I think his mother was there, but
What was the reason?
well, it was because he was just standing there, like, constantly provoking me. Like, how can I even put it into words? It was for absolutely no legitimate or real reason at all. He was just making fun, you know, and cruelly mocking and disrespecting my mother at that exact moment.
Okay, but when you said he was making fun, what was it about?
We can't say either.
So you just know that, at least in your opinion, it was something irrelevant.
Yeah, because then something,
That
well, maybe,
didn't justify the argument that happened afterwards? Is that it?
I didn't understand.
You said that's a reason? For nothing, is that it? Yep.
Like laughing, you know, mocking my mother, my aunt there, you know.
Okay, I understand. Okay. And this happened at the political event. That's right. What exactly happened to your mother? What kind of aggression was it?
Oh, he hit my mother a lot, right?
But how did he hit her and where?
Right there, in the establishment where the barbecue was held.
Okay, I understand.
He hit her, knocked her down to the point that she hurt her forehead here. They say he kicked her a lot, her head.
Okay, he kicked her head.
Her head? Yes, he stomped on her.
He stomped. Okay. When did you become aware of this incident? I mean, of this assault on your mother? On the
On the same day. Then my uncle went to the house where I was on the street below and told me that my mother had been beaten, so I went up to see how she was doing.
Did your mother, Mrs. Denise, end up being taken for medical care? Or was there a need for it?
Yes, she was.
Was she hospitalized or not? Was there a need?
She was hospitalized?
Okay, perfect. Was this incident reported to the police station?
No, because there was no way to report him.
There wasn't?
There was no way to report him because if we reported him, it wouldn't do any good. We were afraid. If we reported him, he would say we were the snitches in the area and the other traffickers could come after us, try to set our house on fire, kick us out of there, and we had no way to move.
Lucas, so you and your family already knew Ezer, is that right?
Yes.
It wasn't the first time you met him. In this case, your mother met him, right? Did you already know each other?
Yes, but I had no problem with him at all.
Did you understand?
I had always known for a fact that he was actually Marcos's nephew.
And in that context, Wesley is the nephew of...
From Marcos, the?
Was that Jose Marcos Oliveira heard here?
Yes, he's his nephew.
Does he have a nickname?
Who? The?
Jose Marcos?
Yes, neighbor. He called me Marcon, that's all.
Which we'll also mention here, right? So it's Marcon. Okay. We're talking about the same person, right?
That?
And in that year and a half, 2 years from the episode involving his mother until January 5th, which deals with Wesley's death, what exactly happened?
He kept threatened me on Facebook, fired shots in front of my house, and tried to kill me. And
Why was that happening?
because he was crazy, he hit my mother, and even so, he would come and threaten us, our family.
Okay, so your mother was a victim, right? And then, by extension, let's say your whole family, and even so, Wesley,
Yes,
he continued, in this case, threatening you and your mother as well.
he threatened all of us.
All right, okay.
He oppressed us. And
Regarding this, aside from the day of the incident, did you take any action? Did you report it to the police station or in any other way? Did you try to make it stop? Did you talk to him? I don't know.
As I said, for the subscriber, there was a way to report him, to file a recognition report. What we did when he passed by and fired shots, we would call 190 because there was no way to file a recognition report against him.
Ah, okay. But was there a situation where he fired shots? Yeah.
He fired shots in front of my house.
Shots at whom?
In front of my house? He's already shot at me.
Okay. And he fired shots. And where did those shots hit? At your house?
They hit my house.
Okay. But then you would call 190? Yeah.
We had to report anonymously. If another report is filed, he'll know it was us. How could we live in that neighborhood? It's too dangerous.
But didn't the military police go to the scene?
Yes, they would drive by there, but they never found him, you know?
Okay, but if shots were fired at your house, didn't the police come by afterwards? Didn't they talk to you?
No, that's why we made anonymous reports. No,
I understand perfectly.
because if we say that the guy came by here, you know, and then they go and arrest him, the guys come and set our house on fire, say that we messed up, say that we're this or that.
But when you made that anonymous report, which was your call, didn't it identify the address? Didn't the police go there? Didn't they check that there had been shots fired?
Anonymous reports would be made in our area saying there was a gunshot as if it were on my street.
Ah, okay, but then...
Like, it's not that they went to my house, you know?
But the police did go to the location at any point? Yeah.
They would drive by there.
Ah, okay, so there was no response, there was no...
No,
Alright, that's fine then.
there was no police report.
How many times did this happen?
What did you say?
Those needle shots.
Oh, many times, many times.
But when you say many times, how many is that? Approximately.
Oh, like about 5 times already.
Okay, 5 times that had happened, and then you said there is. Perfect. Okay, so you've already explained that you borrowed a firearm. It's from Cristiano, is that right? A person you also can't say who it is anymore because they've already left. And then on the day of this incident, what happened? On the day of the event?
On the day it happened, cousin,
Yes, that's right, Kusen.
I was going to the market, as I already said.
And
He drew his gun. He made a move to draw his gun. I saw his weapon. He was facing me. Then I grabbed mine, drew it, managed to be quicker, shot, and yes, I ran away. Okay?
and what kind of gun did Wesley have, do you know?
I think it was a 38 from what I saw. And that...
Did he manage to shoot?
No.
He didn't shoot? Okay, okay. All right. So you ran away and shot back, is that it?
Yeah, actually, I don't know if he shot at me, right? But I just ran. I fired a shot and ran away.
And how far apart were you two?
About 20 meters.
Okay. 20 meters, for what you're describing, that's pretty accurate, right?
I think that's kind of far. Let's...
Use this room here? What was the distance using this room? How far were you from him?
More or less from the door, I don't know, or from that wall over there.
From one end of the room to the other, is that it?
That's right. Well, from the wall to outside, like more or less.
Further? Outside the room is a hallway.
More or less, approximately, that's it.
Okay, got it. I understand. And then you said that he shot without looking?
Without looking, just ran away.
And did he hit him?
My intention wasn't to kill him. My intention was just to defend myself at that moment, right there. It was the only option I had.
Okay, I understand. And then, where on his body did he get hit?
I can't tell you where you hit him, but I looked back and saw him falling, and I kept running all the way to my house.
This gunshot, as far as you know now, including from information here in the case file, hit the victim Wesley's head?
From what I saw in the case file, yes.
Which part of the head?
I saw that it seems like it hit right here.
The back of the head?
Yeah, in the back area of the...
Head. Alright. And then, what did you do, Lucas? Where did you go?
I went to my house.
Who was at your house?
My mom, my...
Siblings. Did you talk to her?
Yes.
Did you explain to her what happened?
Yes.
Okay. And the gun, what happened to it?
I gave it back to the owner. A few days later, I gave it back to the owner, and...
Did he know that you had used it to shoot Wesley?
No, I didn't say anything, right?
And then he left and the gun disappeared. Is that it? You didn't turn it in at the police station?
No.
Alright, perfect.
I was afraid to go to the police station because I had never been through something like this before, you know? I was really scared.
And Wesley's gun, the one you said you saw him pulling out? What happened to Wesley's gun?
From what people say around there, they took his gun when they went to help him.
Who is they?
The people from the neighborhood. People saw it.
Okay, but who exactly are the people from the neighborhood?
The people? The local neighbors there?
But do you know who?
Who told me?
Yes, who told you and what did they say, right? Who took the...
It was a guy named Rian who took the gun.
Rian?
Rian.
Ryan. And who is Rian?
Ah, Rian is a kid from there. I don't really know him very well, no. But they said they used to hang out together a bit.
Okay. Rian took the gun and he took it. Why? They used to hang out together, is that it?
They used to hang out together, but the reason he took the gun? No. I think he didn't want me to show that he had the gun, you know? If the police showed up and saw that he was the one with the gun.
And are you absolutely certain that he actually had a real firearm in his possession?
Yes.
All right. Marcone, here, you have already mentioned Lucas. Is he actually Wesley's uncle?
Wesley's uncle?
Where was Marcone in all of this?
I can't tell you.
Did you already know him, Marcone?
Yes, Marcone is my neighbor. He was my neighbor.
He was the one who came here actually to accompany you and all, right? Did you have any problems with him?
Never.
Okay. Did Marcone witness this? Did he see any, at least part of this episode?
On the day it happened?
That's right?
As far as we know, he died. Really? No!
No? You didn't see him that day?
I don't even know why he...
Were there other people on the street?
There were some people on the street.
Okay. Can you say about how many? 5, 10 people?
Yeah, about that many. Because that's a commercial area, right? There are a lot of businesses on that street.
Busy?
Somewhat busy.
Okay, right? All right. Adriel, who is he?
Adriel, he's the guy who was here, right?
Did you already know him?
No, I only know him by sight from the soccer games. I've seen them at the soccer games before.
Adriel was there.
I kind of saw, I think it was him, yes?
So because you saw him, is that why you suggested him as a witness?
I didn't suggest him to anyone because they even say it was his father who went after... Wesley's father went after Adriel to testify.
But do you know how Adriel got involved in this story, or rather in the investigation?
Because he may have witnessed the order being carried out?
No, that's fine, but like, who brought him in? Was it the police who found him? Was it his lawyer? Was it him personally? Ah.
From what I saw? No, not me. From what I saw, his father looked for him, you understand?
Wesley's?
Wesley?
Okay, who is Wesley's father? And...
Luciano.
Okay, Luciano, that's fine. Do you know him? See?
I know?
Do you have a problem with him?
No.
It is good too. And in the end, did Adriel witness this? Did you see everything, or can't you say if...
I can't say. I'm not sure if it was really him who was there.
On the day of the formal hearing, when Adriel was being questioned, were you free then?
I was free.
You were free, okay. Did you also go to the lawyer's office?
Yes.
This story that Adriel told about going there for this statement and all, were you with him then? I was not.
With Adriel, no.
You weren't? You didn't follow the conversation he had with the lawyer?
No.
But where were you then?
I stayed in the next room.
Ah, okay, in the next room. So, you didn't have that conversation with the lawyer to...
As far as I know, no.
Not that you know. You heard Adriel here saying that, right? Yes. The lawyer told him...
Yes, but I was actually...
Okay, that's fine. Lucas. This weapon? You already said you heard from others that someone took it?
Yes.
This weapon was not found. Are you aware of that? Here, the police report does not state that Samu provided assistance, and there is no mention at all of a weapon at the crime scene. The police responded to the incident. And at least from what I can see here, there is no record that anyone documented this in the investigation. And then there's the version you brought here, in the sense that you heard that others took it, and you even mentioned this Rian. Had you already mentioned Rian when you were questioned on previous occasions?
No, as far as I remember, no.
How many times have you been questioned here about this matter at the police station or in hearings, not counting today?
Today is the third time, right?
Okay, the third time.
At the police station, at the evidentiary hearing, and today.
At the police station, when you were questioned, were you under arrest?
Yes.
You were under arrest? When you were interrogated?
Yes.
So who conducted your interrogation there? Do you remember? Who was the police chief?
It was Dr. Tito.
Okay, Dr. Tito. Were there other people present? In the room there?
There was the clerk and the lawyer beside me.
Was the lawyer your lawyer?
Yes, it was Dr. Alexandre.
Okay, was it you who hired him?
Yes.
And did he accompany the entire police procedure from the moment you were arrested? At least on the day of the interrogation? Yes. Did you talk to him during this interrogation?
Yes.
What did you tell the police chief during your interrogation about police aggression in the presence of your lawyer?
I don't remember very well, but what I told them was the same as what I'm saying here.
You say here, in short, that you shot in self-defense.
Yeah.
And that was the reason.
Yes.
If it weren't for this risk that you said you faced at the time, in the sense that he was armed and could shoot at you, and even made a motion to draw his weapon, would you have shot him?
What?
If he hadn't had the gun, as you said, it wouldn't have been... No.
I would have run away from him. Let's go. To avoid trouble, why?
I'm asking you this, Lucas, because as mentioned here, we have at least 2 more interrogations. There was another interrogation in court as well, right?
Yes.
Which was at this hearing. What did you say at that hearing when you were questioned? Is it the same thing you're saying here, or is there a difference?
It's the same thing I'm saying here.
Do you remember it very well?
I don't remember very well.
Okay. I'm asking you this, Lucas, because I have your video here from the police station interrogation. It's open and... What did you say there? To the police chief, in the presence of your lawyer, there is objectively a discrepancy. If you want, I can even select the excerpts and show them here. Do you want to see?
Please.
Put it up there, please, Alvaro. I'll just indicate the right motion, but it's motion 29.1. That's it, please. Let me just check here. I think it might be, actually for me it shows up here the other way around. The time, let me see here, I think it's 1 minute and 35, 1 minute and 35 seconds. So put it right over there. Let us see exactly. How?
As I said earlier, the polygon, January 5th.
2019?
In your own words, what happened? Look, the guy was hitting my mother. He smashed my mother's head, and I was left dealing with that. Looking at it from there, and especially from your character's unique perspective, that action was fundamentally wrong, and I simply couldn't find a way to just let it go without saying something about it.
So I went to kill him. Okay, hold on a second. This image...
Yes, but that's the day I got arrested. I had never been arrested before. I was a bit nervous then, but okay.
I completely understand.
Yeah, I didn't mean to say I went to kill him, you know? Like, I might have expressed myself really badly there, but that's not... Okay.
It's just that you said you got nervous and that's why you didn't express yourself in a...
Yeah, I didn't express myself well, that's true.
What you told the police chief is different, right? When he asked what happened, just like I did here, asking you what happened, is it the same as what you told us here today? Especially regarding the fact that Wesley had a gun, that he drew a gun, and you...
No, I hadn't mentioned that detail yet. I believe I told the reporters on that same day, because I was able to calm down quite a bit more.
Let me just put it there, please, Alvaro. Did you see that, Lucas?
Yes.
Are you understanding my question?
Yes, I understand.
You first said that you killed him because he had assaulted your mother before, that people kept getting in your head saying that this couldn't go unpunished, and that's why you killed him. You shot him. And then right after, when you were asked what happened, then your answer? Yes.
There. I was very nervous. I was very nervous, you know? I didn't know how to express myself properly, but what I just told you now is really what happened.
I understand. So, because you were nervous, you didn't express yourself properly.
I had never been arrested in my life, you know?
I understand, Lucas. You can relax really, okay? I'll ask, you listen and answer. When you speak, I'll listen so we can manage. Relax, go ahead, just stay calm. So, it's not really about something different that happened on the day of the events, but rather a difficulty you had expressing yourself. Is that it? All right. I don't have any more questions here, at least not from my side. Dr. Tizian, do you have any questions?
Good morning, Mr. Lucas.
Good morning.
Mr. Lucas, you are speaking here today in this interrogation. I also have your interrogations from other occasions here with me. Today you say that when you fired the shot, you were about 20 meters away.
That's right.
In your previous interrogation, you said you were between 20 and 25 meters away. Let's go. I'm asking you this because we have an expert report here.
Yes.
A report from the autopsy of Wesley's body. And the autopsy report provides us with several critical findings here. I would really like to address and clarify this specific point of uncertainty, because the record actually shows, in fact, that there were multiple distinct cutaneous abrasions found on the body. Certainly more than just one. These were significant abrasive abrasions. Abrasive means ember, it means burning.
Yes.
In the facial region, the cheekbone, the left frontal area, perforating and contused, which is the gunshot wound itself, and abrasions on the knee and foot. So I ask you, the abrasive abrasions, abrasive means friction, burning, okay? Embers, embers. This explains why he fired only one shot and why it only affected the area of the face. Burnt? How do we justify this? In light of what you said?
I'm not going to justify it. It could be the time he fell, you understand?
Why?
Did it fall on hot coals on fire?
No, I don't know.
Rough exploration?
But he didn't fall. There was no fire. There was nothing.
Yeah.
But here it is, the medical examiner is saying so. Yes?
But there was nothing like that.
Okay. There's another record I wanted to clarify with you, okay? Okay. Here, one penetrating the skull. Sir, on the first occasion, you said you had fired one shot.
Yes.
In your judicial interrogation, in the video conference, you said you fired 2 shots.
Yes, but it was really just one shot. And
Why'd you say 2?
because it was only one shot.
Did you?
Get nervous again?
It was just one shot.
Lawyers, do they make you nervous?
Because I'm not used to these things, but it was just one shot.
All right. You're not used to getting nervous when you're in front of your lawyer, the one you hired yourself. But do you give a lot of interviews?
No.
So why do you seem more at ease giving interviews on police channels? Because that's what you said here. I spoke more calmly to the press, but not...
Yes, I did speak more calmly to the press. That's true.
And are you comfortable in front of microphones with the press? Have you ever given an interview before?
Never. This was just the first time.
So in that situation, you tell the truth. But not to the judge and the authorities?
Like I told you in front of the police chief, I was very nervous.
All right?
You understand?
I understand. All right. So do you have any firearms training?
Never.
Never?
I had never handled a gun.
Okay. How do we explain that police report from 2016? The police report?
From 2016? Yes.
The one you heard here, the one I mentioned, the one I kept referring to. In which Dr. Tito made a record there that, when he went to check, there really was no ongoing investigation in your name. But there was a police report registered on that date, suggesting November 3rd, 4 days after that election in which you were listed as a suspect, Hill as well, and guess what? Who was the victim? Wesley, how do you explain this police report?
But it has nothing to do with this. I don't even know what you're talking about regarding this. That's it.
I see.
The only incident I had was the day I picked up that gun, you understand? It was the first time I ever had contact with a gun. This
police report record?
It has nothing to do with this.
I see. And there is no record. Look, that's exactly what I wanted to clarify, sir. There is no police report for any of the allegations of aggression that you and your mother, everyone refers to. Why haven't you taken the initiative to go to the police if, from what we're seeing here, the police are present there?
So just one thing, if I call the police and file a report, does the troublemaker have to stay away from my house for 24 hours to protect me?
Uh-huh, that's it, yes. Police report. That's not what it's for, you know that.
I know that. But you know, that's how it is. In the community, that's how it works. They file a police report and nothing gets resolved.
What we're seeing here is a bunch of witnesses, also with contradictions. Is it also common in proceedings for witnesses to keep saying one thing and then contradicting themselves? I'm going to be very objective. Did you go looking for Marcos when he gave his statement here? I
was in jail? How could I find Marcos?
At the time, there are some things here that show you were already out. So I wanted to know, what is that video of Marcos? Marcos writing a letter to the judge, making a video saying that everything he told the police chief in that video wasn't true. And so what kind of desperation was that from Marcos? Tell me, what situation is...
This I can't really say for sure.
I see. And why did Marcos leave the area right after he gave the confidential statement?
Well, it is actually because his wife is Wesley's aunt. You know what I mean? Who is what? Marcus's wife is Wesley's blood aunt.
She had already died. What would she be afraid of?
I can't tell you.
Yeah, right.
Because we always got along well.
I have no doubt about that. Now, right? And then what he says in court, Marcos, is that his words, okay? He ran out, lost house, I had to leave there. I'll even write it down here, but use the words he used here in court. Look, you know, I lost my house. That right after 6 minutes and 29 seconds, right after I lost my house, my wife wanted to leave there. I had to sell the house. We didn't, so we didn't have to listen to anyone's comments anymore. I had to start everything from scratch. If the danger was Wesley, Wesley was dead, so why that? What happens after that? The testimony, do you leave the area?
I can't tell you. But no one threatened him. Like I said, there were comments, but no one actually threatened him or anything.
I understand, okay? All right. And this guy, this Ariel, right? Adriel, he was found, right? Because the police didn't find him. He first appeared in a video made by your lawyer, and then he shows up in court as a witness listed by your lawyer. How did you mention Adriel's name to your lawyer? Who mentioned it? Was it you, your mother? Who was it?
I believe the person seeking him was Wesley's father. Adriel.
I see, but the victim went to look for Adriel?
Adriel, to testify, I think something like that.
And what record of this is there in the case file? I don't. Mr. Luciano never said that here. I see. And he might have told Adriel, but he didn't tell the police.
I see.
Mr. Luciano, the victim's father, he supposedly called on Wesley. Sorry, Adriel, telling him to go testify. Yeah.
I don't really know how it is, but they said the one who went to look for Adriel was Wesley's father.
All right. So how did the victim's father find your lawyer to say, hey, I
am looking for Adriel? Oh, I don't know. I just know that the one who looked for Adriel was...
Come on, he's your lawyer. How did they get Adriel's address?
I didn't know about Adriel in the case. I only found out as things went on. You
didn't know.
Course of the dismissal, yes. But not from the lawyer.
The video that Adriel recorded, that cinematic thing, saying it happened like that. So, you weren't present at that moment?
No, I was in the room next door.
Huh?
I was just next door.
No, I'm talking about when he recorded the video at the scene with your lawyer. There are some videos of him here.
I can't tell you.
No? And the video from Marcon, right, from Jose Marcos, sending it to the court, saying, look, I want to say that Lucas was born, that he was raised, that video that's in the case files, you also didn't take part in that video?
No.
You also didn't take part in Marcon's letter, right? In motion to 37.1, he tells the judge, Judge, even though there isn't a hearing today, I want to say that Wesley Padilla's family, who gave the victim, etc., stated emphatically that Lucas was being threatened. He mentions another situation here. Do you have anything to do with this letter?
No, I didn't even know about any letter.
I see. At that time, November 20th, 2019, months after the crime, 11 months after the crime, Marcon no longer lived there, next to you, right?
I don't know, I was in jail. November 20th, 2019. I was in jail.
I understand, but your family wasn't. I wanted to know if you knew whether he was still living there.
I didn't know anything.
Okay. Marcos, he gives a statement to the police, the one I presented here, right, full of contradictions, on June 17th. June 17th. You were only arrested on August 20th.
Yes.
Right? He leaves, according to what's been said here in the records, even by him. He leaves the area. Afterwards, no. Later on, how did you find out that the person who informed on you was Marcos? Was it your lawyer who told you? How did you find out?
I didn't know.
How'd you not know?
I only discovered the truth at this very moment. No, right here. From the footage you just showed me.
Your lawyer never told you?
No. I have absolutely no knowledge of that.
I see. And this lawyer of yours? Now, regarding the specific dynamics of the crime as well, you stated that you fired the weapon without even looking. Is that correct to say?
Yes.
And that's it. You didn't have, in your own words, any firearms training?
No, thank you.
And the shot was to the back of the neck. How is it self-defense when the victim dies from a shot in the back? Explain that situation to me.
He drew his gun on me. He was facing me.
25 meters?
He was about that far, approximately. That's right. He drew his gun. I saw that he drew it like this.
If he drew, he was facing you?
Yes, facing me. When he drew his gun, he was facing me. Really, he was facing me.
That's right.
I grabbed mine, drew it, certain that I could be faster than him. I fired and ran away.
You shot blindly.
No look shot. Yes, without looking.
All right, let's continue. And what if, when you shoot without looking, you hit here?
I don't know where it hit.
It hit me right in the back of the neck?
I didn't know.
And you say he didn't shoot, right?
I didn't.
No. He doesn't shoot, you shoot. And when he shoots in the back of the neck and he has marks on his knee from falling.
Could that be? I don't know.
So that's what I want to understand, because
I didn't get close to him. My intention was not to kill him.
I understand.
Because the revolver was fully loaded. If I had intended to kill him, I would have emptied the revolver on him. I fired and ran away.
In the autopsy, right, there are abrasive marks. Embers. That can burn, you know.
Yes, but... No.
It wasn't. He was 25 meters away.
Yes. I wasn't close to him.
I understand.
I swear to God.
You don't have any burn marks?
Never. I swear to God who is up in heaven.
All right. And another thing about the dynamics of the incident, I wanted to clear up this doubt. You know Adriel's brother, right?
Huh?
Adriel's brother?
No.
No? Did you see what Jose Marcos Assis de Losa said here, right? That you and Will were known to be involved in drug trafficking, that he has seen you kill people, right? Have you ever been involved in any situation with Adriel's brother?
Never, never.
And I don't know why Marcos said that about me. Yeah.
I would like to know that too.
Even Dr. Tito, actually, in the report says that I'm not known at any police station. None at all.
Yeah.
That's it.
There weren't any ongoing investigation procedures, really, no. But I show this police report, this record that he made, and I want to know what it has to do with anything.
Me and Adriel's brother? I don't know Adriel's brother.
No, your record. I'm asking, it's a different question. You and Adriel's brother, is there any...
No.
No? I see. Do you know if your lawyer has ever represented Adriel?
What do you mean?
Handled Adriel's police report?
No, not that I know of, no.
That
I believe Adriel is a hard worker.
Adriel doesn't have any police record? None?
Not that I know of, no.
All right. Another thing, and this is the last question, and I want to refer here to what you said at the police station. Your lawyer asks right after the crime if you are sorry. Do you remember what you said there?
Yes. What did you... I was very nervous. I told you that I wasn't sorry, but at that moment I was very nervous.
His question scared me.
Yes, I was very nervous. I had never been arrested before. Do you remember what you...
Said?
I remember that I said it seemed like I wasn't sorry. You weren't...
Sorry.
But honestly, I still regret it to this day.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Those were the prosecutor's questions, but did you notice her strategy? She saw that everyone there was contradicting themselves all the time, so she asked questions that would make the defendant nervous, and that could make him contradict himself even more. The purpose of this strategy is to give the jury the impression that the defendant is lying, and if he's lying, he's probably guilty. At these moments, that's when the defense attorney should intervene. He should not allow questions about the defendant's or witnesses' opinions regarding a fact. They are there to say what they saw, not what they heard about, nor what they think about it or about the person. Now let's watch the questions from the defendant's lawyer.
Long live the defense. Thank you.
Your Honor. Lucas, good morning. You were asked several technical questions. What is your educational background?
Elementary school.
Elementary school.
High school.
Hey,
What is abrasive? You don't know what abrasive means. An abrasive wound is one that can be caused even when a person is dragging themselves along, resulting in a burning sensation. What was the area like where the victim fell?
It was asphalt.
It's like asphalt. Did you witness what happened after the victim fell to the ground? Did you go over there to check how he was? If he was alive? If he was dragging himself? Or if he had already died?
No, I just saw that he fell and I ran away. I ran away, looked back, and he was lying on the ground.
All the questions that were asked of you this morning and how the first phase of the process unfolded before the indictment, that's the content of the charges brought by the public prosecutor's office, that you deliberately went there
and tragically took Wesley's life without him having any possible way at all to defend himself against the attack. Is that what happened?
No, not really. He was facing me, right in front of me, and with the gun, he drew it. He pulled out the gun and I managed to be faster than him. I drew, shot, and ran away.
Is it possible that you didn't see this gun and just imagined it?
No, I saw it. I really saw it.
In your mind, you saw it?
No, I saw the gun with my own eyes.
I understand. But you might not have seen it, you might have imagined it because of all the pressure you were under.
Yes.
Did you see it or not?
I saw the gun.
Did you in your mind see it?
I saw the gun.
All right. I'm curious, why exactly were you carrying a gun around?
Because I was threatened a lot by them.
One of these threats you received was this one via Facebook. With the following content, please confirm it for me. So you son of a bitch, when I get my hands on you, I'm going to mess up your face with bullets. Was that it?
That was it. He threatened me on Facebook.
Some witnesses have been heard, and in fact some contradictions appear here. Also, the incident happened in 2016 and today we are in 2024. But there is absolutely no disagreement between any of the witnesses and your own personal account of the events. And it has already been clearly established in this court of law that Wesley intentionally shot at your life and at Anderson's life as well.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, I confirm.
Let me ask you something. You were questioned during the investigation. Here, the doctor showed it. And there you said I was under pressure. I ended up killing him. If it was out of revenge because he hit your mother, why didn't you do it before? Closer, in the heat of the moment. Of your feelings. Why did you wait 2 years?
Because I'm not a criminal, I didn't want to do anything to him.
So it wasn't out of revenge.
It wasn't for revenge. I'm not a criminal, I'm a worker.
Today you appear here in the courtroom to be judged. And in my understanding, there is no contradiction between what you said at first and what you say today. And today, when you were interviewed, whether by the police chief or in the people's court, what did you say? That you did in fact kill him.
Yes, but to protect myself.
Always to protect yourself? Yes. Never out of revenge?
Never.
All right? How did you feel when you found out that he hit your mother, that he was mocking your mother for things that in fact were never even mentioned? Whether in the first phase or now. It was never said why he mocked your mother, but he did assault your mother and everyone confirms that. How did you feel?
I felt very hurt, you know. But nothing that made me hate him or want to do something against his life.
All right. During those 2 years that followed immediately after, were you really not able to find a way to buy a weapon?
Wasn't.
To plan this crime better?
I wasn't. I really went after that weapon because I was receiving a lot of threats.
All right. So there was no planning?
No.
No.
Never? I never planned to take anyone's life. I want to make that very clear here, to everyone.
Earlier you said you don't regret it. And I think it's important that today, since this is your opportunity to defend yourself before the jury, you try to explain why you don't regret it. What is that? What kind of feeling is that you have?
No, I really do regret it a lot. I regret it very much. At that moment, it was the heat of the moment. I was very stressed, really nervous. And I said that, but I deeply regret what I did. I didn't want to take his life. I only did it to defend myself because it was either me or him.
You felt that at the time it was a matter of kill or be killed. Is that the feeling? Yes, it is.
But I didn't want to take his life. I didn't want to kill him. Not at all.
Right. Why were you afraid of Wesley? And did that fear lead you to carry a weapon? Because
he shot at me. He threatened me. He fired shots in front of my house, as I've already said here. I had no peace with him.
what exactly did these constant threats cause in your daily life? Before Wesley's tragic death occurred, what happened during that period?
I had to stop studying, stop working. Some days I didn't go to work because of these. I was afraid to leave the house. There was no way for me to take the bus or wait at a bus stop, since there was a madman threatening me, always following me.
That is right, you actually changed your whole life just because of these serious threats. Are there any of Wesley's family members here today?
No.
No. What was Wesley like?
He was a terrible guy. There was nothing... There's no explanation for him. Very malicious.
Right. Did you happen to know that Wesley physically assaulted his former wife with a firearm back in the year of 2018?
I heard that after that he was arrested. That was the time he was in jail. That date when he was in jail, it was like we had our peace because then we knew he was locked up.
Right?
Because we had no peace with him.
Since what age have you been working, Lucas? Since
14.
years old.
Since I was 14 years old.
Since you're 14. What's your job?
Glass. Glass, steel. I work with glass and steel.
Do you have children?
Yes.
All this situation you've been living through over the years, what are the consequences for you and your family?
It's horrible to be going through this here today. You know? It was something I didn't want to do, but it was necessary for me to defend my life. It was either him or me at that moment.
Do you honestly and truly believe in your heart that if you hadn't achieved that level of success, would you really be standing right here today?
If I failed, how? I'm confused.
If you hadn't succeeded in firing the shot first,
No, never.
you might not be here.
I wouldn't be here.
Satisfied, Your Honor. I yield the floor.
From the jury, any questions? Then you may wrap it up there, please.
Now that you have seen the testimony provided by the defendant, if you were sitting as a member of the jury, would you deliver a verdict of guilty or choose to acquit him of all charges? Take a moment to write your own verdict here in the comments, while I show you exactly what this jury decided in this specific case. Now let's watch the verdict.
Jurors, we are now moving on to what we can call the second stage of our trial, which is the debate phase. We'll take a short break here, 5 minutes, or maybe even less than that, and then we'll resume right here. Next, we'll hear from the prosecutor, okay? Perfect. Well, jurors, we are resuming the trial proceedings now for the last time. I invite everyone to please stand for the reading of the verdict. Lucas Felipe Rumon Quintino, today we held the trial regarding the charges brought against you. We heard witnesses, you were questioned, and you gave your version of what happened. Next, the prosecutor presented what she deemed appropriate. The jurors and likewise your attorneys also spoke in your defense. At the end of all this, the jurors reached a conclusion, and that conclusion is contained in the verdict, which I will now read. This is a summarized version of the reading, but later Mr. Lucas Felipe Rumon Quintino will have access to the full version. Therefore, I will move directly to item 2, the rationale. By answering the series of questions, the jury will arrive at the following conclusion. First series, aggravated homicide, this in relation to the accused, Lucas Felipe Rumon Quintino. Line A acknowledges the existence of the fact. Line B attributes authorship to the defendant. Line C acquits an accused, which then rendered the voting on the fourth and final question, which dealt with the aggravating circumstance, moot, all in accordance with Article 490, sole paragraph of the Code of Criminal Procedure. The jury council was also presented with 2 other series, which concerned the witnesses José Marcos de Oliveira and also Adriel Alves, in order to determine the possible occurrence of a false statement made in court during the trial before the plenary of the jury tribunal. Regarding the first series of false testimonies concerning the witness José Marcos de Oliveira, the jury council recognized the existence of the act and also attributed authorship to the witness. With respect to the second series of false testimonies now concerning the witness Adriel Alves, the jury council recognized the existence of the act and also attributed authorship to the witness. And there are 3 positive, willing people. In deference to the jury council, the accusation is considered well-founded. As a result, the defendant, Lucas Felipe Rumon Quintino, is acquitted of the charge for which he was indicted. I waive the full reading of the remaining items, noting here that in view of the decisions and the answers given to the questions by the jury council, by the jurors present here, it is hereby ordered that the 2 witnesses, José Marcos Oliveira and also Adriel Alves, now be taken into custody in flagrante delicto, so that the police authority may then draw up the record of arrest in flagrante delicto and proceed with the investigation for the crime of perjury, which, at least in theory, was recognized here by the jury council. I waive the reading of the remaining items.
So the witnesses were convicted of perjury. Meanwhile, the defendant was acquitted. It seems the tables have turned. But what about you? Do you agree with this decision? Would you have judged the same way if you were part of the jury council? Write your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching and see you next time.